Hey, what the fuck is up, y'all? What it do? Welcome back to Get Tactical. I'm your host, DZ. Thank y'all for tuning in to another episode. All right, y'all. So today we got a good topic, okay? SHTF. What does that mean exactly? So that's a term used by preppers, right? And it's defined as shit hitting the fan, okay? So what does that mean? SHTF, shit hitting the fan, basically means society has collapsed, right? Uh, no rule of law, right? Or it can mean a natural disaster has happened, right? And it's kind of chaotic in a way, right? So this video is just giving you guys some tips, okay? And really a list of things that you guys should have in your supplies just in case shit does hit the fan, right? And this is not nothing that's far-fetched, right? Because we see it. We've seen it before. I don't know if you guys remember a couple years ago, maybe like 4 or 5 years ago, those hurricanes that were down south, right? A lot of people, they ended up getting flooded out, right? Losing their homes, losing their supplies, right? Some people, they had to go to those FEMA camps, right? And a lot of people in those FEMA camps, they weren't getting the care that they needed, for one. Some people didn't get the medication that they needed. They weren't, I think they did get food, but I remember them saying that the food was horrible. You know, some people were getting sick off the food and stuff like that, yada, 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 right? But that just goes to show that it's important. It's important to have, if not all these things on this list, some of these things on this list. Also, guys, let me go ahead and say, I didn't make this list up. This is just me passing on another friendly hidden gem, or really just some stuff that you guys need to have in your supplies. I didn't make this list up. If you guys want to go check this list out, you guys can go head over to the CDC's website and also FEMA's website, okay? And they show this list of things that they recommend every person in America should have just in case an emergency. Plan B stuff, okay? So, number one on the list, guys, if you guys are preparing, for SHTF type stuff, you're going to need water, okay? Tons and tons of water, okay? I can't stress that enough, especially if you live in a state like Arizona. You're going to need water, right? There's no natural bodies of water in the Maricopa County, not that I know of. There may be a couple lakes, but I don't want to drink from that. You need clean water, okay? Statistics say that, if there's no running water, you're going to be using about a gallon a day per person. So that gives you something to judge it off. How much water do you need? If it's just you and your girl, 2 gallons per day. One for you, one for her. And so on and so forth, right? You're going to be cooking with that water. You're going to be drinking it. You're going to be washing yourself, right? So they say you need about a gallon a day per person. And remember, guys, you can never have too much water. You can only go 3 days without water. So just remember that. Now, I'm not saying to go out and buy pallets and a whole bunch of pallets of water. You guys get what you can. Get what you can fit in your storage area, right? Use your discretion on that, okay? You know how much water you need, but you can never have enough. The second thing on the list, okay, is food. You're going to need food, okay? You're going to need food. And I'm not talking about, chips. I'm not talking about, sandwiches. I'm not talking about steaks even. You're going to need non-perishable food items, like dry rice, noodles, right? Canned foods, okay? Even those freeze-dried, pre-made packages of food, you guys could even have that as well. The reason why you need this is because this is just for emergencies only, right? You don't want to buy a whole bunch of food, right, that's going to spoil in a couple months. You're going to have to eat that up. This stuff should be strictly for emergency uses only, right? And stuff like noodles, rice, beans, that stuff stretches a long way. You can make a whole bunch of different meals out of that stuff, okay? Like I said, non-perishable food items, something that has a long shelf life, okay? This is just something to get the ball rolling, get you thinking in the right direction, okay? Most importantly, getting you prepared, all right? So the third thing on the list, you're definitely going to need a means of self-defense, something to protect yourself, protect your valuables, protect your family. All right. If a SHTF situation happens and there's no rule of law, you think the criminals are bad now? Wait till they know there's no police gonna be responding to what they're about to do. Shit's gonna get crazy. You definitely need a gun, something to protect yourself, protect your family, and hold it down. We've seen that in some situations already, right? There was no rule of law, and then criminals, they do what they do best. They just go out, start robbing, stealing, looting. You know, once the stores are already looted and everything, where do you think they're gonna go next? To these neighborhoods. You know, you guys have valuable stuff in your house. If they think you have something valuable in it, there's nobody stopping them from taking it. They're gonna try to come in unless you have something to protect yourself and protect your family. But that's something that I'm recommending, because you want to be able to protect yourself. All right. So the fourth and fifth thing on this list, I'm going to put it at the bottom of the list, because we all have it already, right? It's shelter and clothing, right? We all have shelter. We all have clothing. This just goes to show, right, that you do need it, right? Let's say if you decide, hey, you know what? Shit is hitting the fan. I don't want to stay in town. I want to leave town. I want to go to the middle of nowhere. All right, that's cool. That's fine. That's actually smart to do, right? But what if, you get out there? You can't just stay in the middle of nowhere with no shelter. You're going to either freeze to death or, you may die because extreme weather conditions, stuff like that. You need to have clothing and you need to have shelter for sure, right? And these are just some stuff to get the ball rolling, get you guys thinking in the right direction, okay? SHTF can happen, right? Not just talking about society collapsing. It could be emergency, right? It could be a natural disaster that happens, that takes place, right? And if the stores are wiped out, if somebody's not prepared and a natural disaster does happen, the first thing that everybody's going to do when they're not prepared, they're going to run to the stores, right? And the stores are going to be so flooded because all these people are not prepared, right? You guys seen it when there was toilet paper missing during the pandemic, right? There was toilet paper missing. Nobody could find toilet paper or water. People were fighting over that stuff, right? So imagine if it's something else like that that's really important. People are going to be fighting over that stuff too. And you just want to just avoid that whole headache if you can, right? Now I get it. Having more supplies is better. If you want to go out and risk it, hey, go ahead. But I'd rather just avoid it all the way. Have my supplies, and just go from there, right? So that's just something to think about, y'all. Hopefully, everybody out there is staying strapped. Stay strapped to get clapped. Hopefully, everybody out there is staying prepared and really taking hold of some of this information that I'm giving you guys. Because, man, it can go down, man. It can go down anytime. Be prepared, y'all. And if you like this video, go ahead and like it. Drop a subscribe, okay? Tell your friends. Share it. Tell your mama, right? And one last thing I wanted to say. It doesn't hurt to have this stuff to be prepared, okay? It doesn't hurt. What's the most that's going to happen if you have too much water and too much food? You're going to end up eating it or drinking it eventually, right? Eventually, you will use it, right? And then you can end up saving some money in the process, right? There's nothing wrong with that, guys. Nothing wrong with being prepared. Prepare yourself, okay? Just have a plan B. That's all your boy is saying. That's it. Anyway, y'all, I'm out of here. Hope y'all enjoyed it. Stay strapped or get clapped. And as always, y'all, if you need to, get tactical.